Yes, of course.
This part of the garden was built by my great-grandfather.
You like a sandwich edition?
Oh, I'd love one. What's this one?
Tomato.
Tomato. Mmm. Delicious. These sandwiches are the best I've ever tasted. Where did you buy these tomatoes, Aunt Flo?
I didn't buy them from anywhere. I grew them myself. I grow lots of fruit and vegetables in my garden.
Oh, you can grow things to eat, can you? We don't. All we seem to grow in our garden are bushes and flowers.
Ah, well, you see, to grow fruit and vegetables, it takes a lot of time and a lot of hard work. And great magicians are usually too busy.
Or too lazy. I think it would be a good idea to grow things we could eat.
Well, why don't you ask the magician if you could have a little bit of garden all to yourself? Well, then you could grow what you liked in it.
Oh, yes. It would be a little garden of my own. Oh, can I, magician, please?
Well, we've never grown anything here before.
Oh, this would be perfect. Oh, please, can I have it for my very own garden, please?
Yes, you can. But
what?
But you must take very good care of it.
Why? Nobody's going to steal it, are they?
That's not what the magician means, Toby. But growing things in your garden will be quite hard work. There'll be lots of things to do, and if you don't do them, the plants will die.
Oh, I wouldn't let that happen. I'll work hard, I promise.
Very well, it's yours.
Oh, hooray! My very own garden. What do I do?
I'll show you. Now, first, we're going to need a rake.
A rake? What's one of those?
Oh, well, it's a tool we use in the garden. It looks a bit like a large comb on the end of a stick.
Oh, I think there's one of those in the gazebo. I'll go and see.
I think we'd better go with him, Auntie Flo. I think he'll find that rake's too big for him to carry.
I think you're right. We don't want any accidents, do we?
No, we don't. After you.
A garden of your very own? I wish I had my own garden.
Well, you can share mine. And so can Mr. Hooter, and Maple, and Spencer. But
what?
Everybody will have to do their share of the work.
That seems fair.
Yes, it does. But what sort of work will we have to do?
Well, Auntie Flo is just going to show us.
Yes, we came in to look for a rake.
A rake? Oh, yes. I think that's a rake over in the corner. It does look like a big comb on the end of a stick.
Yes, that's a rake, all right. I think this watering can will come in useful too. Right, everybody, let's get to work.
Just think, Snodgrass, we'll be able to grow our own food.
Wonderful. What sort of food?
Well, anything we like, I should think.
I've got a biscuit and a hard-boiled egg. Would we be able to grow some more of those?
Well, I don't know much about gardening, but I don't see why not.
Toby! Snodgrass! Come on!
Coming! We'll soon find out, though, won't we? Just think, an egg tree and a biscuit bush.
Toby! Snodgrass! Where have those two got to? Ah, there you are. Auntie Flo's waiting to show you what to do.
Oh, sorry, Auntie Flo.
Oh, that's all right. Now, look, first, we make a hollow in the ground, like this, see? And then we put the things that we want to plant in there, and then we cover them with earth.
That seems easy enough. And we've got some things to plant, haven't we, Toby?
Yes, here we are.
You can't grow hard-boiled eggs and biscuits in a garden.
Why not? We thought it would be fun to have an egg tree and a biscuit bush.
Yes, well, I think it would be fun, but I'm afraid it will never happen. You see, it's not just anything that will grow. Well, you could leave your egg and your biscuit in the ground forever, but I'm afraid they never grow into plants.
Oh, dear. Oh, what will grow into plants, then?
Seeds.
I don't think we've got any of those. What do they look like?
I'll show you. They look like this.
So those are seeds, eh? Can we put them in the ground, magician?
Not these seeds, no. But you can plant these seeds, though. These will turn into beautiful sunflowers.
Oh, lovely. And when I come tomorrow, I'll bring some seeds that will grow into tomatoes that you can eat.
Oh, lovely.
What were those other seeds, magician?
Those were the silver seeds that helped to save the magical city of Zorn from a very great danger.
Oh, you've told me about the city of Zorn before, but you never said anything about it being in danger. And anyway, how did the seeds help?
Well, you see, I've got a much better idea. Let's all go over to the bird bar.
Oh, good idea.
Right.
Out of the mountains.
Come on, Snodgrass, we'll go as well.
Come on, Auntie Flo. Now, what can you remember about Zorn, Toby?
Oh, well, I remember it was a magical city.
Mm-hmm.
You sent the Iron Boy and the Sandalwood Girl there.
Good.
And they became a real boy and girl.
That's right. Well, this is a story about something that happened to them after that.
One day, the magician looked into his silver bowl, which was full of magic water. "I'll see what's happening in the country of Zorn," he said to himself. The water in the bowl was cloudy, but then it cleared, and the magician saw Iron and Sandella. Then the water clouded over again, and when it cleared, he saw a fire dragon making its way up a rocky path in the mountains. A great flame of fire shot out of the dragon's mouth. "Zorn is in danger!" cried the magician. "I must help them." He gave a long, low call, and a swan came flying in through the window and landed on the table. "What do you want, magician?" asked the swan. The magician picked up a red bag. "You must fly to the country of Zorn," he said. "A fire dragon is making its way through the mountains. This bag is full of the seeds of silver trees. Take it to Iron and Sandella and tell them to plant the seeds across the path between the cliffs. The trees will grow in a night, and fire dragons cannot pass them." The magician hung the red bag on the swan's neck, and the swan flew out of the window and away to the magical country of Zorn. Iron and Sandella were by a lake with Alana, when the swan flew down and landed on the water. "Iron! Sandella!" cried the swan. "I have a message for you from the magician." And she told them what the magician had said. "We must go to the mountains," cried Sandella. She took the bag of silver seeds and ran off with Iron towards the mountains. The swan flew with them to show them the way, and Alana ran back to the city of Zorn to warn the people that a fire dragon was coming. By the time Iron and Sandella reached the path between the cliffs, it was nearly dark. The swan flew down onto a rock. "Plant the seeds here," she cried. Sandella seized a sharp stone and began to dig the holes on one side near the cliffs, and Iron started digging from the other side. "The seeds will start to grow as soon as the moonlight touches them," called the swan. "They will grow quickly into magic silver trees. Fire dragons cannot pass them. If the fire dragon touches one of the trees, he will turn into stone." Iron and Sandella were very tired, but they dug the holes as quickly as they could. They had just finished them when the moon rose over the mountains, and as soon as the moonlight touched the seeds, the trees began to grow.
Oh, well, did they plant the seeds and save the city of Zorn?
You'll find out all about that Next time.
Oh.
But meanwhile, we can all sit on the bench and you can look at your own copy of the story. Now, let me see. I was wondering what had happened to Iron and Sandella, so I got a bowl of magic water, looked into it, and...
The magician saw a boy and girl. Iron and Sandella.
Yes, and then you saw something else, didn't you, magician?
Yes, I did, and here's a picture of it.
It was a fire dragon on its way to the city of Zorn. Core, I wouldn't like to meet that.
I knew the city was in danger and that only one thing could save it.
Magic silver seeds. They would grow into trees, and if the dragon touched them, he'd turn to stone.
That's right, but who took them to Zorn for me? Can you read this, Snodgrass?
Great
White
white swan.
Swan. Well done. And here he is, look. He flew all the way to Zorn and told the children what they must do.
And they went off to deal with the fire dragon. Oh, and I'll say, I thought that was very brave of them.
So do I. But we'll have to wait until next time to find out what happened when they planted the seeds.
Talking of seeds, aren't you going to plant those sunflower seeds that I gave you?
Oh, yes! Come on, let's go and do that now.
First, I think I'd better magic this book back up to Toby's shelf. Come on, Aunt Flo.
Will you show us how to plant the seeds now, Auntie Flo?
Yes, of course. Now, here they are. Now we put the seeds in this little hollow that I made here. Like so. And then we cover them with earth.
Oh.
Like that. There.
Next, a little water.
Yes.
Yes. And now what happens?
We wait for them to grow.
Right.
They don't seem to be growing very fast, do they?
Oh, Toby, they won't grow straight away. It takes a long time for seeds to grow into sunflowers.
How long?
Oh, months.
Months! But I thought we'd be able to see them growing right now. Oh, isn't there anything we can do to make them grow quickly?
No, not really. Unless the magician had a spell that might help.
Well, not a spell exactly, but I tell you what I will do. I've got a magic song that will make one of the seeds grow, just one. The others, you will have to let them grow in their own good time.
That would be all right, wouldn't it, Toby?
Yes! How does the song go, magician?
Like this. Look at it grow out of the earth. Look at it sprouting from the seed that gave it birth. Look at it grow and reach for the sun. Look at the wonderful new life that has begun. Look at the colors, all shining and green. Isn't it just the most delightful thing you've seen? See it swaying to and fro. See the colors, how they glow. Look at it grow. Look at it grow.
And it's grown from just one little seed. Isn't that amazing?
Let's hope our tomatoes grow as well.